More stories to come, and Bob Wilson is out and about. And Bob, I know that you've heard a lot of stories yourself today. Can you tell us some of those that hit home with you? And you're a dad of 3. What are some of these stories that touched your heart today?
I tell you, we interviewed a woman, Melissa, and her son, 10-year-old son, was inside the gymnasium. And she got the call. She was Christmas shopping, and her husband called and said, "Hey, there's been a shooting in town." And she goes, "Where?" And she goes, at the school. "We got to go to the school." And she went running down to the school, and she got to the fire station where all the kids were, and there was just chaos. A lot of kids, a lot of parents looking for their kids, and she found her kid. And she said she just started crying and hugging and holding him as much as she could. And then she found out the story behind it. Her 10-year-old son was in the gym when they started hearing shots going off. Bam, bam. And it was like loud pops, and it got louder and louder. And the gym teacher grabbed all the kids and put them into a corner and kind of hid them away in the gym. And the next person through the door was a police officer who grabbed all those kids and said, "Listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to run as fast as you can out that door, across the field over to the police station, and you're going to go when I say, and we're just going to run." And she said her son told her he ran as fast as he could. And they got there, and that was the positive story we heard out of that. She said, "I have a miracle tonight. My little guy lived." There were people on her street. There were empty police cars posted in front of houses on her street where she knows there were kids in that school, and she can only assume that those kids didn't make it out. And she just doesn't know how to reconcile that, which is why a lot of people tonight are going to church. And we've been covering the vigils, and you can see here, we were outside a Methodist vigil just up around the corner where complete strangers from as far away as Bristol were coming in, and they were praying and holding hands and singing with a complete stranger from town. And a lot of the people from town don't know what to do, don't know how to express their grief, and that's why the church is such a great place for them, because they can come and sing. And we talked with a Sunday school teacher who teaches kindergarten at that church, and she has at least three families have kids inside that school, and they didn't know. They don't know the outcome right as they were going into church. And here's what she has to say about it, about the kids that she teaches that were inside that school.
We belong to this church, and a few of the members of the church work in, or also, excuse me, children that go to school.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of the kids are members here, as she said, and I think it's really just important for us to hopefully heal as a community, and I think a prayer vigil like this will hopefully be the best way to do that.
Where were you when you heard?
I was actually getting surgery at Danbury Hospital.
They started calling codes all over the hospital, like Code Silver and Code Yellow, which is their emergency management plan. And we saw on the TV that, there was a shooting here, and immediately, like, his mom works at the church, and she started calling, people here saying, is everyone okay? Like, what's going on? Type thing. So, yeah, it was scary, but we were at the hospital when it was all unraveling. So.
Did you see the victims come in or anything?
No, we didn't.
No, yeah, I didn't either. They were just coming in, I think, as I was leaving. So, yeah, I missed them.
And then you come back to town to find out where it was.
Yeah, and then just to figure out the amount was shocking.
And what we did was that was a couple who goes to the church, who's members of the church, and as they were coming into the church, they had not heard word from these families. They don't know. The houses are empty. There are police cars out in front of the houses, but they haven't gotten word of whether those kids are safe yet, because they've all been kind of kept in an area. So they are going to church hoping to hear word. And that's what that couple was. We do have the Sunday school teacher who teaches some of the kids who were inside that school the time the shooting went on. So you knew some of the kids in the...
Yes.
What are the reports tonight?
No. Anyone particularly that had been hopefully not coming to Sunday school again, but I just pray for everybody that has been affected by this. So everyone hopefully will be getting through this, but this to me is the most tragic thing that has happened in the United States in a very long time. These are small children, and they relied on adults to protect them, and that's the saddest thing.
Where were you when you heard about the news?
I was actually baking at home today, and I didn't hear it until 9:30 this morning when it happened, and I was headed to the grocery store to get some more ingredients, and I heard it on the radio, and I didn't have any clue exactly how bad it was until hours later, and I just couldn't believe it. just could not believe.
That's what you're hearing all over town, is they just can't. They're in shock. They're walking around in shock. They're at their churches tonight. They're praying. They're being together anywhere they can be together, just trying to get through this. And it's interesting. I said, well, what do you say? And they said, there's really nothing you can say. You just need to be there. Just need to be together singing songs in church. I'm Bob Wilson reporting live here in Newtown. Back to you guys.